last night, just so everybody knows what you're talking about.
Steve and I had actually a great conversation yesterday, and that helped me relax a lot. Sometimes I forget just how successful and how lucky I've been to be a part of championship teams and all-star games and gold medals. And when you want to get back to that level so badly, you can kind of get in your own way. And rather than forcing it, we had a conversation about just enjoying this last chapter of my career and how lucky I truly am to still be playing this game and doing it at a high level and being a better mentor for these young guys, leading by example and having my energy right every game. And he helped me realize when I do have negative energy, how that affects the team in a poor manner. So we had a great conversation. That just helped me change my whole mindset and forget about shooting splits or points per game or all-star games, and just to enjoy being in this Warriors uniform and appreciate what we built, because it's such a rare opportunity for any professional athlete to be a part of so much success and to try and pass that torch to the younger guys and keep this thing going.
All right, Bleacher.
Wow. I need him.
All you.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Klay, for his whole career, has always been, I'm a shooter, I'm going to keep shooting. My next shot's going to be great. I'm going to be fine. This is a complete shift. The dude has been a problem all season, being selfish, jacking crazy shots, you know, thinking that I'm just one shot away of being that dude I used to be. And he put all this pressure on himself by demanding his max contract, not accepting the contract, you know, betting on himself, and it's going horribly wrong. It's going horribly wrong for him, and he's divisive, and even Pajinski's calling him out. So to see this dude face some reality and go, hey, I'm not that player I used to be. I need to be a leader and be graceful, I think it provides an avenue for him to take a lesser role and to begin to see, hopefully, some shifting of the torch.
Okay.
I'll say this. Everybody's older. There's no reason to think these dudes are going to be more consistent or get back something they got.
Right.
But I will say this. Wiggins is in 28. That's the peak of his athletic prime. He's having the worst season since he's a rookie. I do think he'll be better. And as we saw at the beginning of the season, for a concentrated burst, Curry can still do it. These are the dog days for Curry.
Yeah.
We got to get him to the end. We got to get Kuminga and Wiggins, and this is Kerr's job. Play them together. They played together last night. Working on the combos.
All right, Bleacher. Bleacher, let's fast forward. No, I got it. Bleacher, let's fast forward. Yeah, Curry can still do stretches, and Draymond's coming back, and
let's go.
And Wiggins, he can't be this bad. Where does it all end up if it works out?
I think it puts us. I think we get past the second round, and at that point, it becomes, a guy like Billy Ball said, Billy Bean said, it's a crapshoot after that.
2 rounds is Western Conference final. So this team can get to the Western Conference Finals. 2 rounds.
If everything goes right, maybe everything goes right. If Wiggins plays to capacity, if they play well, it is what it comes down to, dude. Look, this team is going to go as far as Curry and Klay are going to shoot them. As inconsistent as that's going to be. And I think that's all. So we got a shot, baby.
Thanks, Bleacher Dave. Although, great hearing from you too, man. Happy New Year. But he basically said, it's unrealistic to expect that Steph and Klay, everybody's going to shoot better. And as long as we can shoot, we have a chance.
Well, they're at the bottom now. Just the team.
Well, guess what? They can get to the middle.
Yeah. And it's like you wanting to know the end of the movie, and it just started. The credits are showing. I mean, it's just starting. So, I'm going Steiny on you. The movie, the Warrior movie. We can sit here I'm assuming playoffs, and they're at 11 seed. Some could slap me like, you fool. Why would you say Western Conference? But I'm not saying WCFs are off the table because there's so much of the movie left, and that movie includes Mr. Draymond Green and what will become of him because we're going to have closure. It's coming. You can tell me how you feel and what you want, but the closure's coming. Does Draymond end up fetching you, maybe with some other guys, something that we don't see on the horizon right now? That's a possibility. So we don't know, and that's what makes this exciting.
Now it's exciting.
Yeah, no doubt it is. Oh, my gosh.
But you said, Steiny, no Warrior fan likes where we're at.
Right.
But it's exciting?
It is, because we don't know.
Warrior fans don't think it's exciting.
Now, the roller coaster can go off the track.
It's off the track, Goo. It's off the championship track.
It don't look good now, but there's so much that's going to rear its head and show us.
And it's going to all be good.
That you just asked Bleaser Dave, could he get to the Western Conference Finals? It would have to be to get to that juncture. But let's just talk about the sound we just played. Steve Kerr, shout out to you, buddy. The fact you pulled this man aside, you're working. You were trying to create and had a convo with a guy that you broke bread with and celebrated chips with, Klay Thompson. I appreciate that honesty. And to hear Klay Thompson, he's not a machine. None of these guys are. Think about he needs to relax. Well, damn, Klay, I thought you would have that mastered, months ago, games ago, but you're human. And to still say, to let us know your contract is on your mind, obviously, your splits are on your mind, that you needed to have another conversation. No doubt.
Who saw it? This is what I'm talking about.
But my point is, they didn't ignore it. Kerr talked to him.
Well, they ignored it for 33 games. Well, this is and you know what? He acknowledged it. Now let's see how he plays.
The proof in the pudding.
Let me guess. You think now Klay's going to be a totally different player, and there will be a visible turning point between.
I don't look at it like that, Steiny. Not to cut you off. 3 weeks ago, Klay was shooting the hell out of the ball from where he was at, and it's like, knock, knock. Who is it? Klay Thompson's jumper. Like, okay, you'll never be what you were, Klay, but can you be more consistent?
No,
and for 3 weeks he was.
Not for now. Okay, that's a pittance in an NBA game.
But now it's like, here we go. From this, you asked me a question. From this conversation, where will he be? And I don't know what he'll be tomorrow night on TNT.
There's also two issues that apparently nobody even thinks about. You know what? Best case scenario, Klay Thompson. Wow. Okay, Bleacher Dave, I'm with you. You know what? He's seeing it. He acknowledges it. Maybe, Actually, the one thing that we're not even talking about is when Klay said, I need to be a better mentor.
Oh, I heard it.
Yeah, you know what that means? He doesn't help the young guys either. And he's realizing he's got to help the young guys.
Do you blame him with what his situation, what's at stake for him? Not saying it's okay to be selfish, Steiny.
I can't believe
you know what I mean?
No.
Draymond was doing it last year with his situation.
So here's what I'm getting at. Yeah. So Klay Thompson goes, you know what? I'll take 25 minutes a game. I'll even come off the bench.
Well, he ain't doing that.
All of a sudden, you're a champ. What do you mean he's not doing that?
Well, he's in the start lineup every game. And
Wait a minute. So what do you think he was saying last night?
Oh, whatever. He was saying a lot of self-reflection and mentor, but not once did I think that Steve Kerr will put on his table, hey, you know what, Klay, we got somebody else.
Well, then how do you expect the Warriors to get better?
He's got to play better. And if his mind is free, maybe you get better results. But my point is this: he's earned the scholarship thing that you said Steph had, Steiny. He will not come out of the starting line.
I am sick of this core and a percentage of their fans that actually believe Klay's going to get better and Draymond's going to get better and Wiggins is going to find it. You know what? They all may and probably will get better. Congratulations. You're now 44-38. Stop. Let's play the young guys.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, Steiny, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to continue to ridicule the plan because anybody can see that the veterans are not getting it done.
And the bench, the Warriors got the top bench production. That's like an indictment on the starters right there. Hey, I love that. Well, if you really break it down, but hey, you got to find a positive when you can. And every great relationship I've heard and that I've been a part of, Steiny, when you have trouble, you know what you do? You go to counseling. And in counseling, the counselor doesn't say, okay, where are you going to be in 6 months? You know what you do? You take it day by day. And in this instance, you take it game by game. And you hope it manifests into something. But you can't predict it.
Stop thinking hope's a strategy. How much damn information do you need to have?
That's deep as hell,
like,
right there.
You know what? Stop insulting our fan base into trying to talk us into Klay and Draymond and Wiggins can get it back and we can win a title.
Well, if no trade is imminent, partner, that's what they're doing.
Exactly.
As an organization.
And it's a joke. It's a joke, and it's been a joke.
Now you want to being right.
You want to acknowledge? I'll tell you what. Yeah. Somebody said you won't bet. You want to acknowledge? Here it is. 408. Yeah. Steiny, what's wrong with 44 and 38? You know what? Nothing. And that's what this team should strive for. Stop talking about stuff past that. It's like insult. Like, right. But stop it.
They should be focused on Denver tomorrow. They are. Yeah.
And you know what? If they beat Denver,
they're 500.
Right.
And then if you beat, you got Detroit.
Oh, that's what right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to.
They're not going to. What if I tell you they're not beating Denver tomorrow? They probably ain't beating Denver tomorrow.
I'd be disappointed, but I get it.
Why? Why would you be disappointed? They're not a good team at home, and Denver is the defending NBA champions.
And let me tell you about Denver. Kerr made those comments about Jokic, who was kind of sleepwalking during that game, even though he made all his free throws Christmas. They're going to come in here vested. But, again, Steiny, if they could somehow beat Denver and you beat Orlando,
okay,
and some people are giving up or thinking, oh, you know what, this is just – I mean, that's how you start, by your actions.
Okay.
So that would be two quality
so you're
wins.
500.
Then you've got Detroit Friday. Okay. Then you're one over.
Okay.
But that's why you wake up the next day and you lace them up.
Right.
And maybe you win 5 in a row.
Do you believe this team? Okay, 5. You get 5. I'll give you 5. Now you're 3 over. Now what happens? You really think this team's capable of ripping off 12 of 14? I don't.
You know what?
12 of 14. Yeah. Their best stretch all year has been 6 and 2. What are we doing, Goo?
I get the answer to your question from me is I do believe, but I do believe because I believe they believe it.
Who cares what they think?
They control.
They don't control. No, they don't, Goo. They control nothing anymore. They're not the best team on the floor night to night. They don't have the best player on the floor every single night like they used to. They still do at times. Last night, they had the best player on the floor. Guess what? Against Miami, they didn't. Against the team they played before that, they didn't. Against Denver, they might not tomorrow.
But it's not even about Jokic versus Steph or best. It's
about having talent. Denver's got more talent than the Warriors. Full strength, there's no chance the Warriors could beat Denver in a 7-game series if Denver's healthy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I'll tell you this that you don't want to hear, and it's going to piss you off, and I don't care because I love you. If Draymond Green were in uniform, they would be closer to being.
Yeah, they'd be closer to getting eliminated.
Well, that's not what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they'd be less. Yeah, they'd win a game in a 7-game series.
This thing is so combustible.
Oh my God!
You sitting on
you're so
I hear you, and you're making some points, but what I think you are forgetting is Steph Curry.
What about him? He's lost the
pressure from Lakeup and company to appease him, and if he's looking at this crap, if he deems it crap, they got to do something just to try to appease. Like, hey Steph, we're gonna make a move. It may not work out, buddy, but we want to show you we're not okay with you just fiddle-faddling and being 11th or 10th seed.
Stop thinking Steph's not part of the problem. He's part of 16 and 17. He's had 10 games now where he hasn't shot the ball well.
Okay, what if he goes in there like, Joe, give me some help. I was wrong. Give me some help. That's what I'm asking you. He could say that. We can be like, hey, Steph, you said go this way. We went this way, and it ain't working. He ain't saying, oh, you know what, I'm sorry. It's still some things that can be done. What? And you know what? It may not work, but you got to appease the chef.
For what?
He built this. And this is not how he wants to end.
Good. And you know what, Goo? Stop crying then when they go 5 years without making the playoffs, just like the Spurs did. I mean, here's the other thing. And this is it. I'll read this respectfully. 650. Hey, Matt, after 10 years and 4 rings, you have to let this squad fail this year. That's my number one issue with going through this year, which we all should have known was going to happen. They won the title. They ran it back. They won 44 games, and the season blew up. That was their run back. They doubled down on the run back, and every single damn thing is happening again. Period. Last year, Draymond punched Poole. This year, Draymond's been suspended, and we don't know what's going to happen. And meanwhile, the team is worse off because we don't know if Draymond's going to play or not, and we have that instability. Andrew Wiggins, he went AWOL last year. He just went missing for 10 weeks. Guess what? He's here, but he may as well be AWOL. He's had a terrible year. You have Bob Myers, the president, goes into last year as a lame duck with uncertainty. This year, you have Steve Kerr going into the year as a lame duck with who knows if he's playing, if he's coaching next year. Last year, you had Klay Thompson, and he's in his own head, and he's terrible for 2 months. Then he's the best shooter in the world for 3. Then he can't make a shot in the playoffs. The same thing's happening this year with Klay Thompson. It's don't you get it? It's what it is.
Right.
There is no magic. We're gonna get it back. Well, I don't think.
Well, Steiny, man, Adrian Gutierrez, Steiny, you're spitting facts. 100. I'm not saying you're not. And we got my guy, Horace Berg. Guru, you're ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous in the sense that everything you just laid out is fact. What if Steve Kerr, who's talking to Klay Thompson, is going through his version of Klay Thompson? What if behind the scenes he knows he's being judged on this season and maybe is getting away from him for his tenure? Like he's dealing with something. Who's Steve Kerr? Whose shoulder is he going to cry on? Let me tell you, he ain't crying. All he can do is show up to the facility, practice, hope that maybe Mike helps him out, Dunleavy and Lakeup, and they try to make a move, or the things that we talk about, like they're not sitting by the water cooler like, you know what, Steiny's right.
No, I am right.
No, even if you're right, they got to fight. They got games left. Right. That's what I'm like. Kerr's probably coaching for his future.
You know who else has
I ain't got time to sit here, Klay, and I love Klay to death. You know, whose shoulder can I cry on? Because we're 16 and 17, and my boss is up there probably looking at me like he made the right decision by not re-upping me.
You actually
like
think Steve Kerr doesn't know if he's going to be coach next year? Do you actually think Steve Kerr's coaching this year saying, I need to have a great year so Joe will hire me? Like, what? This is fantasy land. Steve Kerr's a 4-time.
No doubt. I said he should have been re-upped.
Steve Kerr is one of 50 problems. That's why it's not, Draymond comes back, it's fixed. They have a myriad of issues.
Right.
Like, I'm sick of, hey, what do you think? And I tell you 17 things.
Well, I'm trying to give you a baseball analogy of if you're in a slump and you're 0 for 28, you don't stay in the dugout when it's your 29th at bat. No, you go up to the dish.
Yeah, you bring up the youngsters. That's what you do.
You
bring up the youngsters.
What would that look like, Steiny?
It would look like Pajemski plays more, Kuminga plays more, Trace Jackson-Davis plays more. Like, what do you mean, what does it look like? Here's what it looks like. It looks like less of Andrew Wiggins. It looks like less of Draymond Green.
Well, we're kind of there now.
Okay, good start.
Dre by default.
Now that I can get behind. That I can get behind. It's tough to get behind a team where, is Draymond coming back? Is he not coming back?
But they signed up for this.
Exactly. But you...
Call me Bob. Because I'm hoping.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, but...
Well, it ain't funny.
No, it is funny to watch. Like, it's... I guess I am getting a laugh at Goo's expense, which is not funny.
Well, your year's not off to a good start. You lost your fantasy chip. We'll get it.
I found my wallet. How about that in your eye? Hey, it's time for the Call of the Game, sponsored by Xfinity. The Xfinity 10G network is made for streaming live sports, which means it's the network you can rely on in the biggest moments. The Xfinity 10G network, the best way to stream your Warriors.
26th clutch game this year. Curry with the ball. He leads all players in the NBA in clutch scoring. Backs up, shoots over Goga Batasi. He turned away. He was going back up the floor. He knew it was going in. Warriors go up by 7, 104-97. Stephen Curry now with 31 points. Timeout Magic, 4:25 to go. Golden State looking for a win.
That's
great. Call the game.
That's beautiful. Did he say the most clutch points this year?
Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. They've been real You know why he's been in the most clutch? Because they can't put away a team.
Yeah.
They can't. That's great. Steph Curry is the most clutch player in the NBA. Why? Because their team's so mediocre that they can't blow anybody out.